woman who should be supporting other women has the audacity to say such disgusting, vulgar things, tell the men in the same room to rape.
Excuse me, what happened to you now? You wanted to have a discussion and tell me something about the length of my dress, right?
You don't want to talk to police.
You apologize right now. You apologize right now. Apologize right now.
all over the social media.
You will apologize to me right now. Apologize right now.
How dare they? इधर आ गए.
Apologize right now. Do you hear me? आपके लिए भी ऐसे बोल देंगे. Apologize right now. Apologize right now. I will make your life a living hell if you don't apologize. I promise you that. I will make you viral. I will make you viral. Apologize right
You
now.
have 100% right to make my life hell. Go ahead.
Say your words again. What did you
I
say?
will not say.
You will not say.
I'm fucking sure about it. Whether what the girl is wearing, it's her right. It's her right. She has the right to wear whatever damn thing she wants to wear.
If you are the parents, please control the girls. Please control the girls.
Control the girls.
Control the girls for their behavior, for their dresses, and तमीज से बात करिए. Thank you so much. And shut up.
Hi friends, today I'm thinking of sharing with you some thoughts about a recent incident that happened. There was one video which was going viral about one old lady in North India, I think Gurgaon, in a mall, and some young girls were around her. The thing is that I think most of you must have seen it. The problem is that the young girls were complaining that this old lady verbally abused them. So they were demanding an apology from her, and she was refusing to apologize. So this it's around 10 minutes video clip which was going around like a viral clip, and many people saw that. So I just wanted to share something about that. One thing is that this is coming under the category of moral policing or morality. So what I'm trying to share with you is I just want to talk about 2 points. One is about the moral side of this one, the morality, and the second thing is what we need to do about it, or how we need to respond to it or react to it. So what I'm thinking is this morality, as we understand it, as we experience or see around us, if we think about it, is not fixed. Morality generally could be understood as, the regulations or rules or practices which dictates what is good and right, and also what is bad and wrong. So this is what generally morality is. And some people may be thinking morality is fixed and it is the same throughout, till the end of the world or in all places in the world. But it's not true. Morality is just a very fragile thing. It's not a concrete thing. It keeps on changing. It keeps on changing with time as well as with place. What I am trying to say is that in some generation, or in maybe a few centuries ago, or maybe 100 years ago, or maybe 50 years ago, people might have believed something as good and something as bad. But today it's not like that. Things are changing. There are a lot of changes happening around the world also. and in our country also. This lady was actually, disliking the way the young girls were dressing. So she was, their accusation, the young girls, their accusation was that she thought that this kind of dressing will encourage the males to rape them. So she passed some comment like that, and these girls wanted her to apologize. But she was not ready to apologize. Why? Because she was not thinking she did something wrong. She was not thinking that she was saying something wrong. She is an elder lady, so she comes from a different generation. So in that generation, that is few years ago, when she was a young girl, what was the kind of dress which was considered decent? She is thinking that same kind of dress is decent now also, and anything other than that is indecent. So this is what I'm trying to tell, that some people think that morality is fixed. So this is all very relative thing, but she doesn't understand that. She thinks that wearing short dress is bad, because when she was young, wearing short dress was bad. But now wearing short dress has become a normal practice in India. So people hardly think that it is bad or wrong. So recently also I am reminded of one incident which happened in Kerala, that some police officers were coming to charge a case against a couple who were sitting and talking in the park. Maybe they were holding hands. So when they were questioned, they fought with the police. They were angry and they asked them, what were we doing here? We were just sitting here and talking. We were kissing or something? They're asking. So the police people told, no, we were not kissing, but we were sitting alone in this corner, this lonely corner, so it's bad. But the funny thing is that this couple, this boy and girl were really engaged and they were going to marry soon. So they were sitting there. But even they who fought against the police were telling them we were kissing or something. So which means they themselves believed that kissing is bad in public place. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. But in other countries outside India, in many countries, kissing publicly, openly is not considered bad. So here even the people who fight against the moral policing, they themselves think kissing in public places is bad. But after 20 years, you will see people kissing around here, and nobody will think that it is bad. That's the problem. That's why I'm trying to tell you, this keeps on changing with time and with place. And this lady in question here, she was thinking their dressing was bad, and they were thinking there was nothing bad. These girls were thinking there was nothing bad. So this same lady might have gone through a time in her earlier life, like when she was young. Maybe the dress she was wearing now, maybe I think it's jeans and top or something like that, and she has bobbed hair, short cut hair. So these are fashions, which were not prevalent many years ago in India. So when she was young, she might have picked up this fashion. So at that time, her elder people might have scolded her, might have been angry with her to try these new kinds of dresses, new hairstyles. So what I'm trying to say is that during that generation, there were people who thought that was bad, and she might have resisted them. She might have worn what she felt comfortable, and she might have made her hairstyle according to her wish, and then she grew up with that, and now she is old, and now she is scolding the younger generation. And this younger generation who are fighting with her and demanding an apology, and who are wearing short dress, think that they are not doing anything wrong. But these same people, after 20 years, after 30 years, will see, when these girls become older, they will see some young girls at that time, after 20-30 years, will be walking around with even smaller, skimpier dresses than this, I'm sure. At that time, these people will scold them. So this is going on in every generation. And a very special thing we need to note is that we cannot have one single generation at a time. We always live, with overlapping of generations. We cannot wait for one older generation to finish and then our generation will start. No. When we are growing, there is an older generation already there, and they are also living with us. So while we are growing, they are also growing. They become old and we become young. Then we become old, then there's a new generation coming. So always, the problem is when a younger generation is living at the same time, side by side, they have an older generation. They have a different understanding, different perceptions, different convictions, different cultural thoughts. So this younger generation will have entirely opposite of all these things compared to them. So we are destined to live together, young and old together. So the older generation, has a lot of things deep rooted in their thinking, because they have been carrying all these perceptions through many years. It's very, very difficult now to change them. So we can only wait until they, become more riper, and then they pass away. By the time these people also will become older. So I think the best thing is to just ignore these things. Let them tell anything and just ignore and just let them go. You just mind your business and let them go. That's it. I think we don't need to fight, because what we are fighting for, even that is not ultimate right thing to do. That's why I told you, the people who are fighting now will be scolding a younger generation later on. This keeps on, repeating through all times, unless at some point of time we come to a very clear understanding about these things, and not just one or two. Everybody will have to come to that level of understanding to have a peaceful coexistence with all the people around. And I'm not justifying what this old lady told in the video, but from her view, she has done nothing wrong. She thinks she has the right to say that. She thinks she has the right to admonish these young people when they wear short dresses, because according to her morality, this is wrong. And morality is just some set of rules based on some sets of perceptions, and it's not an ultimate thing. It's different in one country and compared to another country. It's different in one era, one epoch of our times compared to another epoch. So these keep on happening. So I think the best thing to do is not to make a big fuss of these things. Just let it go. And if at all we need to tell something, react or respond in some way to this, if at all, then I'm sure this is not the way to react. The young girls reacted in a way which will not solve anything at all, which will not bring any change at all. It's a happy thing to see the older generation coming to an understanding, to a level of understanding the younger generation. It will result in a very happy and peaceful coexistence. But the thing is that this kind of reactions will only make the things flare up. It will be like putting more, oil on the flame, on the fire. So the fire will, flare up and there will be bigger flames. So this will not help. If at all we need to bring some change in people's perceptions, then we need to first have a very clear understanding of things for ourselves first. Then we can, go forward, and there are a lot of things we can do. We can educate people, we can share the knowledge with them, we can help them understand the reality. So, these are all just a matter of time. When a new fashion comes, when a new style of dressing comes, there will always be people, opposing it. Not only dress, anything and everything in life, daily life, changes always, result in resistance. And in management and all, there are a lot of theories, and then there is change management, how to manage change. There is a separate, section for that in the management theories. So change is such a thing, such a very delicate thing to handle. So we need to handle change judiciously, very prudently. We need to use our intelligence of thinking about how to go about the change. So just a new fashion coming in the limelight, and there will be oppositions. Then slowly, gradually, more and more people adopt this fashion, and there will be more people roaming around with that fashion, and then it become a very common thing. I have seen in my place, all over India, you can see, when did women start wearing jeans? It's not many years ago, but when it started, there were a lot of problems, a lot of resistances, oppositions, and I very clearly remember in Delhi, one of the colleges, the principal passed a very strict order that jeans is banned in the college, and there are a lot of students protesting, and some had never worn anything other than jeans in their lives. So they were asking, what will we wear now? Nothing makes us comfortable. So people were in big trouble. So why did that thing happen? That why the principal banned jeans? She was demanding them to wear suit, churidar, sari and all that. So what was the problem with the jeans? So that was a time when the jeans, the fashion just started. And then now everybody is wearing jeans. All the girls are wearing jeans. There is no problem at all. Now the jeans is also fading out. Now there is another fashion. That's the problem now. Like the principal of Delhi College resisting jeans, now someone is resisting another kind of dress, shorter dress. And these girls who are wearing shorter dress after 25 years, I'm sure they will be fighting with other girls, because these people will be mothers then, and there will be young girls who will be roaming around in dresses even shorter than this one. So that will be another clash. I'm sure they will scold them, because that's the kind of understanding they have. Because if they had a better understanding, then this scene would not have happened with this older lady. They were trying to, fight with her with no understanding about the thing at all. So these things will not help. So we need to understand morality is just, it's nothing at all. Morality is nothing at all. What is important is just live and let live. We need to understand whatever anyone wears, it doesn't matter at all. And these young ladies, after 25 years, they scold their children, and who will be wearing even lesser, and those children again after 25 years will be scolding and other children who will not be wearing anything at all. They may be roaming around naked. Maybe that's the fashion which is going to come. So because I'm sure these girls who were scolding, who were fighting with that elderly lady, they themselves would find if some youngsters may be having sexual intercourse publicly, maybe even these girls will resist that, because it's not yet time for them, that's all. Because there will be a time when people think public kissing is bad, and then there comes a time public kissing is allowed, it's no problem, only you should not have sexual intercourse publicly. Then there will be a time coming when having sexual intercourse also will be very common. So this goes on like that. So this is what we have. If you look at the history, we will know very clearly all these things, and if we look at the history, we will know what is going to be the future. So I just wanted to share my thoughts. I don't know what you all think about these things, and I would like to know really what is your opinion, or suggestions, your thoughts, your philosophy, whatever. So if you have any such thing, just comment, and there can be a discussion. Thank you.